Smart 24, driving business.
Welcome back, and of course you're still watching Smart Men's Business here in Smart 24 TV, and of course we are still moving, taking you all the way till 9:55 a.m. and of course my name is Masika Tsime, and well, the markets in Zabo are open. All you need to do, whether you have a smartphone or they have a button phone, Zabo says your money is definitely your future. So if you want to invest in government bonds and securities, just dial *292#. That is the USSD code. You can learn about the product. You can all go straight to bonds. You can sell or buy, or look at the maturity periods. There are many periods right there: 1 year, 2 years, up to 20 years, depending on how you want your money to stay in there for. So investment with Zabo is as low as 15,000 Uganda shillings. That is the lowest you can go for. Not 10,000, not 5,000, just 15,000 Uganda shillings. You can start. Well, today being a Thursday, Zabo is operational, and yes, till 3:15 a.m. that is when Zabo is going to be closing down Monday to Friday, except for public holidays and weekends. They are powered by Autox East Africa, telling you to do something new. It's the year 2023. Well, of course, you have to know today is a Thursday, and some of you are throwing back, taking us back to the days of maybe 10 years or 2 years ago, for some people in this generation. But then it's just, we are wrapping up the week. It's just Thursday, and tomorrow is Friday, and the month is going to end actually on Saturday. So before the month ends, I know Friday could be your last day to submit all your requirements, and maybe you're stressed, you're under pressure, you're fatigued. I know end of month can be really traumatizing for some people. They have to see your performance. They have to, there's a lot that goes on during the last week of the month as you prepare. Actually, preparations for the next month are actually even more stressful, because you have to think ahead. You have to be sober enough. Anyway, let's get motivated for the day. And of course, right about that, don't be intimidated with what you don't know. That could be a actually, a greatest source of knowledge that could actually set you apart from the rest of the people. So, if you do not know something, go research about it. You know, in the room, you could be the elephant and you know everything that is happening in the room. So, in case you do not know anything, it could give an opportunity for you actually to know even better. It's good actually not to know a few things, because I mean in this life we all learn. We learn different things day after day. We learn a thing or two. So definitely, if you do not know something, it could give you opportunity to research more and maybe be an expert on it. Maybe imagine, and in case there's a topic about it, you could be the first one that could say something about it and you could be an expert on it. Who knows? Anyway, so do not be afraid of not knowing something. And of course, the very first one about building relationships with the right influencers is very key actually. Depending on your career, depending on what you do, you cannot be rubbing shoulders with Sheila Gashumba. She's into media, she's into the limelight and all that, and yet maybe your profession is a medical doctor. No, you have to go with the top-notch doctors that have made it, the engineers, you know. So find the influencers that are right for you, okay? Let the people influence you, be in your field of work, be in field of career, okay? If they are business people, rub shoulders with those rich guys as to deal. These are the people that you're supposed to look out for. You can't look out for Sheila Gashumba, you can't look out for Panda, you can't look out, for those influencers that are on TikTok, whatever. No. Aim for bigger. Aim for bigger things. So your influencers should determine, actually your influencers determine the person you are, okay? Maybe if you want to be good on social media or maybe YouTube or TikTok, you could, ask a few of those social media influencers how they do it. Maybe they could give you a tip or two. But then if it comes to business, if it comes to career, ladies and gentlemen, look for the right influencers. Okay, because they have the knowledge, they have the expertise, they have, they can guide you on what you want to achieve later on in life. Of course, it's 19 minutes past 8 a.m. and of course, we are still talking matters regarding science, technology, and innovation in Uganda and Africa, and of course, how businesses are actually benefiting from these innovations that have come up in Africa. And of course, right about now, I'm joined with Andrew Barije and still talking about this matter. Good morning, Andrew.
Yes, good morning, Marcia. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, the morning is good. It's a lovely morning. Today's topic of discussion is centered about, next week is going to be the Science, Technology and Innovation Week. It's all dedicated. That week is all dedicated for that, and we are seeing the performance of science technology in Uganda, and of course Africa as a whole. But though in Uganda we are still behind when it comes to science, technology, innovation, people are not being innovative, or maybe people are not being innovative, but they are not being seen. That could also be one of the factors.
I'd go with what you said last, because I'll say that people are innovative. At least I've gotten a chance to get exposed to quite a number of these people. But the only disadvantage is about visibility and when it comes to finances, because innovations are quite very expensive aspects which need quite heavy investments in there. Now, of course, when we are looking at how science and technology has helped businesses to grow in some sort of a way in Uganda, we need to understand that there are various sectors where we can actually break this down under. We have the agriculture sector, we have the manufacturing sector, and then we also have the service sector productivity. All those sectors, if you really take a look, they have all embraced science and technology, and at some extent, there has been some sort of positivity. Now, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, because now we are going to be giving you facts based on recognizable organizations worldwide. Now this is Food and Agriculture Organization, that is of the United Nations. Agriculture productivity in Uganda increased just by 2.7% per year between 2010 to 2020. Okay, it's an increase, but we need more.
We need more, actually. From 2010.
From 2010 to 2020, agriculture productivity has increased by 2.7%.
That's a little percentage
due
for
a whole
years.
huge. At least if it could have been something like 15%, would have been like okay, but that is all due to those challenges I've mentioned, visibility of some innovations, and lack of finance. Because for you to sustain an innovation that you've put there, it needs finances for you to actually be able to do that. Now, still, when we are to take a look at the statistics here, we see that this is a significant increase. That is from 1.5% annual growth rate that was observed in the previous decades. Now, between 2000 and 2010, agriculture productivity increased by 1.5. From 2010 to 2020, it
so
increased
every
to
after
2.7.
10 years, there's an increase of 1%.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Very slow. So it shows you why our agricultural productivity is still low, and the nations which, because with science and technology, we shall be in position to enhance value addition, but due to some factors we are unable. That's why even agriculture, which contributes 70% of this economy, is not giving its best.
Yes.
And that explains why we see the state of the infrastructure of the nation. I mean, we see the potholes. Well, the revenues are not enough.
But of course, you see, over time in Uganda, we've been seeing government, maybe the ministry actually asking for money to purchase some of the. Remember the rats? I wonder where it all ended up.
Now the
whatever
challenge.
tests they had, I don't know if they were positive. Of course, giving an example of health, AstraZeneca, I mean the vaccines.
Yeah.
They were, hoping that Uganda could have a lab, to procure, to actually do their own vaccines, but we've not seen any progress so far for the COVID-19 vaccines.
No, the challenge
Malaria?
is, you're actually very right. One of the challenges we have is that in various sectors, we lack the aspect of transparency and accountability. And it's so absurd that once certain people actually try to come out and do follow-ups, they tend to face what we call political threats.
Obviously.
Some are imprisoned and some disappear, and they are never to be seen anywhere. I mean, most especially when it comes to we the people, the journalists, trying to find out, wow, what now, like that question you brought up, how far have we gone with this? What were the results? Because any initiative that is being undertaken needs to have a gestation period, that by this period we shall be getting some results, because that gives us hope to understand where we're heading. Maybe also there is something here. That was to do with the agriculture sector, but we also have the manufacturing and productivity. Manufacturing is also part of that. How has it embraced science and technology, and how has it enhanced productivity? Now, this is the report from the Uganda National Bureau of Statistics. Now, the report, according to the Uganda National Bureau of Statistics, manufacturing productivity in Uganda increased by 3.5%. That is per year between 2010 and 2020. Now, these are statistics these are figures that are observed for a decade, 10 years. Productivity increased by 3.5% per year 2010 and 2020, and this was a significant increase of just 2% annual growth rate that was observed in the previous decade. Now, we see that the increase in manufacturing productivity has been attributed to the number of factors, but of course, including science and technologies, and the improvement of skills of the workforce, as we can actually see, and the increased investment research. And maybe finally, we can not talk about all what we've discussed and not talk about the service sector, which has also embraced technology. And still, according to WUBOS, the Uganda National Bureau of Statistics service sector productivity increased by 2.3% per year from 2010 to 2020. And this is just a 1% increase compared to the previous decade. So you can see what I've observed, the pattern is that the increase is slightly low.
Very low.
It's like the velocity at which events are being put together for something is quite a little bit static. So I guess I feel those are the loopholes to address. We are really doing great when it comes to that, though we've not yet started to feel the actual impact of
I think the greatest innovation that we've had so far, the Chira motors, the greatest one, like the one we're known for, that
the
is
electric vehicles.
Yeah. Maybe also the satellite.
Though that satellite is quite really unclear, at least right now.
It's really unclear, but
we would
then
be having some images from that showing,
how
because
it is
live footage. We would be seeing live footage, and we would need to have a center in Uganda, like NASA has the National Airspace Agency.
Well.
We would be having that in Uganda. And
Well,
we can get the
like you
footage.
said, actually, a lack of accountability, and of course, things happening, and
because the satellite discussion it's been a while. I last had it. It was launched, I think, last year around this very month.
Yeah, last year in 2022, and of course, everything is anyway. But anyway, when it comes to science, maybe the uptake in which maybe students are taking sciences is very low. As though recently they're increasing a little bit. A percentage is slightly small. I don't know, maybe it's because of bias. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, but of course, because we have a lot of scientists, there are a lot of innovators, but why they're scared? I'm going to invent something, but
no, I think
I won't be.
I think they should also
recognized.
mind what they innovate, what sectors they innovate, because if any person tells you, okay, I've developed this, what kind of people? It's like we had our quote that says, be acquainted with the relevant influencers.
Yes, definitely.
Know your country, and you need to also put into consideration the cost, the cost of what you're innovating. Is it going to be affordable to somebody? Vis-a-vis the value they are going to get from it. All those factors should be put into consideration.
Well, of course, it's 28 minutes past 8 a.m. and of course, you're still watching Smart Men's Business. Don't forget that markets in Zabu are already open. So all you need to do is just dial *292#. That is the USSD code, and Zabu is telling you your money is your future, and they're bought by Alltex East Africa. So as you dial *292#, keep in mind that your investment is as low as 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Monday to Friday, working days, except for public holidays and weekends. And today being a Thursday, it's already time, they've already opened. They're only waiting for you to just dial *292# and start investing and trading with them. Their markets are wide open for you. So opening time is 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. Approximately 6 working hours. Zabu says your money, your future, and of course, definitely do something new for yourself. And of course, we're going for a short commercial break, but coming up is sports, business, and entertainment. Then go on.